Hello Barry, this is a little video for you to show you how to take one of your pages and create it as a post with the Fusion Builder features, which is going to give you a lot more options later on. Okay, so I've gone into past destinations, I've clicked on Denmark, Copenhagen. Okay, so I'm going to take that as the title of my new post. I'm going to go to the dashboard, or you can do new and post wherever you are. Okay, if you click on posts, you can see there are some posts already in there. So I'm going to add a new one. You can do it there as well, lots of different options. So when you click add new, it's going to open a blank new post for us to copy and paste that information in. Okay, we'll ignore this message at the top. Okay, so add new post. We're going to enter the title here. It says enter title. So Denmark, Copenhagen. Because we've already got this named as a page, it kind of makes it difficult to view this correctly. So temporarily, I'm just going to stick a 1 on the end. Okay. Here's my main content area. At the moment, this is just a simple visual builder, which is what you were used to in the last theme, but we're going to do it now with the Fusion Builder. Okay, so having clicked that, I've now got these options to add containers. So I'm going to add a container. I'm going to keep it mostly to quite a simple layout with sections that are a whole. So it's showing us the fraction there, which can be changed if we want to. And so I've got an element, a container rather. The column is 1 full width, and the element I'm going to add is a text box. There we go, text block. There we go. Okay, I want to repeat this a few times because I know I'm going to be using it quite a bit. So having added 1, I'm just going to now clone it. There we go, a few times so that I've got more added in for later. Okay, so this is my first paragraph, and I can now dump my paragraph text here. So I'm going to go back to my other tab. Okay, and here's my first paragraph of text. So I'm going to copy that. And if you know the shortcut keys, I think on a PC it's Control-C and Control-V to copy and paste. Okay, so there's my first paragraph of text in. I probably should put that picture in there and the picture in below. So this time the element that I'm going to add is going to be a picture element, an image. Okay, and notice here I can add a gallery, I can add an image, we can also add a slider, which is in here. There we go, if we want a slider. I know you've added some of those before. So I'm going to add image, and I can click upload image, and I can go and upload a picture from my computer, or I can select one if I've already got one in here. Okay, so I'd need to be able to find the image. So obviously if you're adding new for the first time, it's going to be the first one in there. So okay, that's good. I found Denmark. Insert into post, and it's putting it in full size for me, which isn't very big, but that's okay. It will just take up as much space as the picture is big enough to fill. Okay, and ideally what I will do is I'll put in the right sort of search phrases here that describe the picture. So Denmark, maybe I want to put in flag because that's what it's describing. Okay, insert into post. I've got a maximum width, don't need to do anything with those. What I will do is say align in the centre, and that's so that in devices that are where the picture is smaller, it will sit directly in the middle. Okay, and the alt image text, I'm going to put again Denmark flag. Okay, and do I want this to be seen on all devices? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to save that. It's going to stick it in the middle, and now these elements can be dragged and dropped and moved into position. So I actually wanted that to be right at the top, so I'm going to drag it right up there. Okay. and then I want another image element underneath, so I'm going to just clone, just to save me having to add element. I'm just going to clone this, and I'm going to edit, remove that picture and find a different one. Okay, so we've got that one, Botanical Gardens, Denmark. Okay, that's full size, that's good. Insert into post. Okay, so this is the image settings. Again, I'm going to choose to align it in the center. I've kept that setting from last time because I cloned it, that's good. What I must change is the alt image information. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to save that. So that's another section added. So another text block here. Let's go down to, perhaps that should have been the Opera House, but I'll let you find the right pictures to put in because you will know where they are and what they look like. So that paragraph now can be dropped into there. Okay, and then what's next? Okay, you've got 3 pictures. So I know I showed you how to do this already, but this would be adding a gallery. So let's add an element, which is an image gallery. We're going to have 3 images, so obviously you would know to select the right ones. Pick 3 images, okay. Obviously make sure that the title, alt text, caption, etc. is in. And how do we want them to look? We want them in 3 columns, we want some spacing. I'm going to stick with the defaults for now. It's going to be a light box, which means you can click on it and they will open, and they're visible on all. Okay. So the gallery now I'm going to push up and put that into position. Obviously they need to be the right images. There's probably small text underneath, so okay, we'll grab those, stick that in there. Okay, going to just delete a few of these, don't need quite so many. I'm going to show you what else you can do now. So this time I'm going to add a new container, and I want it half and half because I'm going to have 2 images side by side, or maybe I can have an image and a bit of text. So in this one I'm going to add an image. Okay, let's just grab any one we can for now. Again, just check the setting that's in the centre, and for SEO purposes, okay, Botanical Gardens. Okay, here maybe I'm going to have another text block, so I can clone that rather than creating a new one. Just quickly go in and edit, and yeah, so I could either have 2 pictures side by side, could do it that way, or I could have a block of text like this. Save that, and they will sit side by side each other. So if I just publish now and have a little look. Okay, we're going to do view post. Okay, so we've got our sidebar, which obviously needs editing and changing. Needs to be correct. So that's the first image we put in. We put it into the centre, and it will only fill up the amount of space that the picture can fill. So that's quite a small picture, so it will just sit in the middle like that. If it's a large picture, it will fill up the container that it's got. Okay, so we've got a picture, we've got some text, we've got another picture, some text. These are our gallery images, so when we click on these, it opens as a little slider, okay, and we can then just scroll through them, okay. And here's the last bit we did, where we had a picture on the right hand side and some text on the left. And notice, obviously, if you've got a picture that's quite, you know, a landscape and a lot more text, it will obviously leave a gap. So we could either add another picture in this container underneath that and have them going down side by side, or maybe it's better just to stick with a very simple layout of picture text and maybe using the gallery instead. And the way it works when you're on a mobile device is it will shrink these items and it will change the layout until they all end up like this, with one on top of the other, okay, which is a nice simple clean layout. Okay, the other bit I haven't shown you yet is probably the most important part, or one of the most important parts, and this is how we choose the right category and put some SEO tags in. Okay, so on this side, oh, and the date, right, so you can put in the date that this post was published, so that might be the date of the trip, or it could be the date that you're writing the post. Okay, so in the sidebar then you've got categories, so let's stick Europe in there. If we want this to be on the home page, we tick home page blog. And we can then add some search tags in, so Denmark, maybe some of the places, the botanical gardens. Okay, so sharing buttons, yes. Right, featured image is important because that's what shows up on the blogs. When you go to the blog page and you see an overview of all of the blogs, this is the little picture that sits in the page. So again, we could just go for something simple like the Denmark flag, which I should grab for now. So that's our featured image, it'll pop up, there we go. And there we go, let's update. And let's view the post. Okay, probably something else I should show you is how to put some spaces in. Okay, so again, a separator or spacer is an element, so I can add element. It's quite handy having these sort of separate sections here, so you can open and close containers. So maybe this container is the intro. We can name these and close them when we don't want them. Maybe this is about the, there we go, Little Mermaid statue. And it just helps you find your way through things quite easily. Okay, so let's open this container up, and here we're going to add a separator. So add element, and this is listed alphabetically. Separator, there we go. This is the one I want. Style, do I want a line in between? I'm going to say no style. And design, here we go. Now we can choose the amount of spacing we can put in. So we're going to go for 30px, 30 pixels. Okay, and maybe I want this in a few spaces to separate my pictures and my text. I'm just cloning that and dragging them into position. Clone and drag. Update. Going to have a little look now on the home page and just see if, having ticked that category, my post now shows up. So I believe we've got it, here we go, right. So having ticked that home page category, 3 of the latest items will show up here. So this is the one we've been working on. And here it looks, and we've now got a little bit of space in between each element. There we go. Okay, hope that helps.